Hello! We're going to start by getting to the edge of the chair. And as we're sitting on the edge of the chair, we're going to find the sitting bones and notice if one is digging a little closer to the chair than the other. Now maybe close your eyes for a minute and visualize the distance between the sitting bones. And as you visualize the distance between the sitting bones, also visualize it being round and that you can kind of very gently rock on it, back and forth, back and forth. So you're on the very, very tip of the bottom of the sitting bones and you're rocking on it. And as you rock, see if you can feel the movement in your lower back and maybe even put your hands on your lower back and feel how the vertebrae are rounding and arching and rounding and arching. And they're responding to the rocking on the sitting bone. And now put your hand on your sternum and keep on rocking and feel if your sternum is going down and up, down and up. And that's really important for us to know the relationship between one part of the body to the rest of it, and looking at ourselves in a holistic way and try to get movement to be part of the whole system. Try to rock now without moving anything and feel how choppy and how hard it works. It feels like muscle work. Okay, now stop on the hip and just move the chest without the hip. And also it doesn't really feel good, but now let everything go round and everything come up. And the eyes are arcing down towards the belly button. And the eyes are coming up and everything comes up. From the sitting bones to the tip of the head, they're coming closer together from the front and they're coming apart from one another in the back. And they're coming together in the front and they're going apart from one another. And they're actually getting closer from the back, if we could arch that far. Good. And now go ahead and slide your hands forward and back, and forward and back. So now the torso is leaning forward and back. But feel the relationship to the sitting bones. We're rocking, aren't we? And now we're going to make circles with the hands around the knees. And we're going to look down and round the back and straighten the back. And round the back, coming in and down, and straightening the back, coming up. Exhale and inhale. And exhale, soft and smooth and coming up to the straight back and rounding and up and rounding and up. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Exhaling down and inhaling up. And one more of those, exhaling down and inhaling up. Let's put both hands on the left knee with the right hand on top. And now make circles around the knee where the right side has to stretch a little bit further than the left. We're going to exhale going out and inhale, coming in and up, and exhaling, going down, and inhale, coming up. From the outside to the inside. Exhale and inhale. Are your eyes going with the movement? Is your neck relaxed? Are you dropping your head and lifting your head? And dropping your head and lifting your head. Good. Let's move the right hand to the right knee and the left hand on the right knee. And now we're going to exhale to the outside of the right leg, and we're going to come on the inside. And so now the left side has to stretch a little bit further than the right, and it might feel very different to you than the other side, depending on how your muscle use in your back muscles. It may be the deviation of the spine to one side or the other. Exhaling out, inhaling in, again allowing the eyes and the head to drop on the way down, and be the last one to pick up on the way up. And soften your chest. And one more circle, please. And beautiful. Take a minute to breathe, relax. And we're going to put the left hand on the left knee and the right hand on top. And we're going to make a reverse, or the opposite direction. We're going to go down in the center, much closer to the core. And we're going to come up on the outside. And that feels so different, doesn't it? Same movement around a very skinny leg, and it can feel so different on the back muscles. Exhaling down, drop your head. Inhaling up, the head comes last. Exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. And one more. Exhale and inhale. Come to the center. And one more breath before we go to the right side. Right hand on the knee, left hand, and we are starting from the center, going medially and coming out on the outside, on the lateral side of the leg. And center, really close to the core of the body, and out. And pay attention to how you organize your body to work with this requirement of going down so close to the middle of the body. Exhaling down and inhaling up. Exhaling down. Drop your neck, relax your eyes, and the head will be the last thing to come up. And we'll do it one more time. Exhaling down and inhaling up. And find center. Our lungs are starting all the way up here and they go all the way down. And as you inhale, feel how the lungs are being stretched by the inhalation, pushing the diaphragm to be flattened, making more room for the lungs to get longer. And when you exhale, sink with the sitting bones into the chair. Inhale again and stretch the lung by pushing the diaphragm, not pushing, but flattening the diaphragm down. And feel how the lung is being stretched and stretched and stretched internally. It's an organ that the muscles work is what's making it stretch and relax, and feel the sitting bones coming in contact with the chair. And we'll do one more breath like this. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to lift the heel gently off the floor. We're going to peel the right heel off the floor. And we're going to peel the toes off the floor. And we're going to come down. And I want you to put your hand on your thigh and feel how the quadriceps, the muscles of the thighs, are engaging. So very gently peel the heel and peel the toes and come back down. And try to detect when and how much you're using your quads to get your toes off the ground. And now lift the foot and hold the leg with the strength of your thigh muscles and flex the foot and point the foot and flex the foot and point the foot and flex the foot and point the foot and flex the foot and relax everything down. Let it all go. Unpeel the left heel all the way to the toes and leave the floor and come back. Barely leave the floor. Just peel the heel until the toes don't need to touch the floor and come back. And what you're looking for is when those muscles are starting to engage. Already when you lift the heel, or only when you let the toes, leave the floor. And can you kind of recruit just as little as possible of muscle contraction? And the next time we're going to lift the foot off the floor and we're going to flex and point and flex and point. We're flexing the foot, we're flexing the foot, and one more time and relax. Take a deep breath in and a big exhalation. Go ahead and we're going to lift the foot by turning it to the little toe, and you're going to look at it and you're going to allow your sitting bones to roll just enough so you can lift your foot up and down. And we're going to shift on the sitting bones and roll the foot to the little toe, and the big toe is going to come up and down. So now again, my whole body from head to toe are reaching towards one another. My spine is rounding and my spine is relaxing and coming back to center. I rock back on my sitting bones and I turn my foot to the little toe, and my big toe is coming up towards my head and my head is coming up towards my foot. Now for most of us, the leg will come a little higher than the head will come down. And now on the next one, I will pay attention, because I have tendency to lift my leg way higher than my body is going down, to do the same amount of work and not let one body part take over. Exhale and inhale, coming back, rocking on the sitting bones, and the head comes down just as much as the leg comes up. And exhale and inhale. Let's do it one more time. Rock back as the leg comes up and the head comes down. And let the muscles of the thigh just relax and cease of working. And rock the weight into the left outside of the foot, and rock on the sitting bones and lift the foot and the head. And right from the beginning, we're going to do just as much with the head as much as we come up with the foot. Rocking back a little bit, turning the foot towards the little toe and bringing one towards the other. Head and big toe are trying to say hello. Exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. And one more time. And rest in the center. And let the muscles just relax. Pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Again. Pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. With the arms alongside, we're going to do it with the shoulders. Pa-pam, pam, pa-pam, 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 small, pam, pa-pam, pa-pam, pa-pam. Now turn your thumb directly forward. Pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Now turn the thumbs out so the palms are pointing forward. Pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Lift the shoulders up. Inhale and stretch the shoulders up. Exhale and let it all sink down and find its quiet place. And again, lift the shoulders up and inhale as deep as you possibly can. And stretch below your belly button and stretch above your ears and let it go. Let's do one more. And shoulders up. And stretch way, 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 way below your belly button and way, way, way above your ears. And let it go. We're going to take the hand, slide it to the knee, slide it down, slide it to the side, and come up. Slide the right hand to your knee, down to the leg, to the outside. Take the ribs to the side. And so you're making a big bicycle movement with your hand, gliding to the knee, over the knee, to the side, and up. And as we keep on going, notice how the ribs are going from front to side. The right side is shortening, the left side is lengthening. How far can you go to the side? And then you come back up. And exhale. Come as low as you feel comfortable. And from the front, this is the hardest part, from the front, from the shin to the side of the chair, rotating on the same lower level, and then coming up. So if you can do it that low, then don't go so far on the shin. Just go below the knee, and to the side, and up. And if you can go a little bit further down, and still rotate from the front to the side, then try to do it. And forward. Exhale, relax the head, and find your way to the side, opening between the hip on the left and the ribs on the left, and come up. And let's do one more time to the right side. Head goes down, eyes go down, hand is finding its way, and then from the front to the side. Finding the side before you come up. And again, once you're up, take a breath, find your center. And get ready to go to the left. So now our left hand will find its way down below the knee, and from there to the left side of the chair, and coming up. And you may feel it really strongly on your right side. Again, we're not equally stretched and strong on both sides. So each one of us is looking into their own body, into our own patterns, and trying to work with it. So exhaling and finding the way from the front to the side. Maybe an image that can help you. I kind of visualize the front to be as the number 12 on a clock. And now I'm going to 11 and 10 and 9, maybe even to 8, and coming up. So on the right side it was 12, 1, 2, 3, maybe 3.5, and coming up. Over here I'm doing quarter of a circle to the left and coming up. You don't have to use the same imagery that I have, and I'm just giving different possibilities for you to understand the line that we are creating in space. Exhaling, eyes down, head down, neck is relaxed, chest is soft, and then we're finding the connection between front and side. And let's do one more. Head, eyes, soft sternum, and finding the way to the side. Coming back to center. Inhale and exhale in the center. Can you feel your belly moving forward and back? Can you feel your sitting bones rocking just a tiny little bit as you're breathing? Are you coming up forward, a little bit higher when you inhale. Okay, now we're going to do the same movement, but we are going to start sinking down on what I called earlier number 3 on the clock, going with my head to number 2, going with my head to number 1, going to with my head over number 12, and sliding back up. And the side, and number 2, and number 1, number 12, and gliding up. And I use my hand to touch my body as a sensory feedback. Notice when you come between 1 and 12, if you have more weight on your left side, or if you're using your left hand to support yourself. Inhale. Exhale. And let's try it on the left side. Going to the number 9. Going to 10, to 11, and to 12, and coming up. Going to number 9, to 10, to 11, that's the hardest, right? And then finding how to find the core and gliding up without an effort, where everything is working in concert. The hip muscle, the waist muscle, the ribs muscle, everything is helping you to make it smooth, even though you have to engage so many muscles from 10 to 11 to 12 and coming back home, and to 9. Just go as deep as you feel comfortable, and that you can on the same level continue to 10, on the same level continue to 11, on the same level continue to 12, and come up. It can be just below the knee. Let's do it one last time. Going to 9, and to 10, and to 11, and to 12, and up. Deep breath in, and just notice, how is your breathing? Is it any easier? Is it smoother? Is it cleaner? Are you using a little bit more of your lungs that you did half hour ago? Interlace your fingers the non-habitual way, and bring your arms straight up, and flip your hands so they're facing the ceiling. And now stretch the right side up, and now stretch the left side up, and now again stretch the right side up and push your left foot into the floor, and center, and stretch your left arm up and push your right foot into the floor, and undo, and allow the arms to slowly come down. Put your hands, palms up in your lap. And maybe allow your eyes to shut if you feel comfortable doing so. And just take a minute to be here, to be in the now, to find gratitude even to find a smile. Thank you for joining me.